There's substances that are on the shelves in these countries that they haven't even unleashed on the United States yet. They're ever evolving them.
Getting stronger, more flexible, the confidence, everything you gain. What's not to like in taking martial arts?
It's been an awesome ride so far. I mean, this team is just like my family.
Guard wing two. Guard wing two.
Oh, people were like, oh, he might not be able to coach. I had no doubt in my mind he'd be back coaching us this season and us having a great year.
I hope so. I enjoy them, and don't want to start crying, but they're just an unbelievable group of guys.
People are used to being able to use their phones to look up lots of different things now and be able to find everything they're looking for when they're on the go.
How do you say, yes, I'm doing very good?
Oui, ça va très bien.
Oui, ça va très bien.
Hello everyone, I'm Allie Gallagher, a student at Bettendorf High School, bringing you this episode of Rule Your Game. This episode is sponsored by QC Family Focus magazine, produced by Mickle Communications, and aired exclusively on the Quad Cities CW. We begin with a great example of team unity. Pleasant Valley's varsity basketball coach, Steve Hillman, recently celebrated his 100th win. But more important than that, Coach Hillman recently took on a much tougher opponent. He was diagnosed with prostate cancer. The diagnosis brought this team of brothers even closer together.
Probably fear, a little scared, and then just real dependent on my family and my wife and God to be on my side and help me through that time.
The first thing that went through my mind was just like, wow, like this coach that I've been having for all these years that I've been looking up to just all of a sudden gets this terrible disease, and I was just really humbled by it, just that this could happen to him, somebody so close to us, and just felt for him.
It was really tough. You know, I know Coach Hillman, me and him had a really good relationship all 4 years of playing PV basketball, and it really hit me hard. I'm speechless. That's kind of how I was when I found out.
It was a big shock, and especially coming from Coach. He's such a great guy, and it was during the summer, and we were shooting around, and he had broken us the news, and it was a heart dropper. And what he said to us made me feel a lot better, and him coming back just made me even feel better than that. So with that, he's brought us closer. And it's made us all better, and I'm so glad that he's fighting it, and it's wonderful.
The first thing that went through my mind was probably like, I don't know, it's like, why would it happen to Coach Hillman? He's been there. He's a good character guy. I just couldn't believe it.
It's so much fun to walk in here, and it's not like that every year. It really is, and that's due to the kids and not only their personalities and the fun they have, but they're all about business too. They get to work and they're competitive, and you don't have to motivate on that end. When I walk away from here in a couple of minutes and we start, those guys are going to be going at it hard, and it's easy.
We hang out after practice, go to dinner after games, hang out before practice, hang out during practice. I mean, we're focused. We want this year.
It's been pretty dang good. The guys we're with, we're all hardworking. We all want to get the job done. We all want to get that state championship.
I think that's the big emphasis on this year, is that we come together as a family and focus more on a team together instead of individual work. This is the tightest team that I've been on basketball-wise, and it's awesome. This is truly a family.
We're going one game at a time. They've done a nice job. They've had a lot of success, which I'm happy for them. And it doesn't always work out that way when you have really good kids that work hard. It doesn't always mean they're going to win. So it makes it extra special that they're having success. They deserve it. And I really wish some of the attention I'm getting would be deflected to those guys, because they're the ones that doing the work and having the success. So But we'll take that one game at a time. I hope things work out well for them. But as we know, there's no guarantees with anything, but they're putting themselves in a good situation.
We wish Coach Hillman the best as he continues down his road to recovery. Coming up, we're keeping in PV. Sort of. Our Pleasant Valley Junior High reporter has our next report. However, he's taking us to Moline for a look at the benefits of martial arts. And later in this episode, it's more deadly than car accidents and more of our peers are doing it. We'll talk with experts and recovering addicts about the dangers of drug abuse. Rule Your Game is coming right back. Welcome back to Rule Your Game. I'm your host, Allie Gallagher from Bettendorf High School. It promotes fitness, instills self-confidence, and can also help you defend yourself when necessary. Our junior high reporter, Evan Ershan, takes us inside John Murrow's Martial Arts Academy for a look at the benefits of martial arts training.
Hi guys, I'm Evan Ershan, and I am here with Mr. Morrow at Mr. Morrow's Martial Arts Academy. I've been being taught by Mr. Morrow for 6 years, and he's been a great inspiration to me. Mr. Morrow, how old do you think a kid should be if he wants to start Kung Fu?
I take children as young as 5 years old. Sometimes they're not ready at 5. They have to wait till 6 or 7. Occasionally I will have a 4.5-year-old or a 4-year-old audition or take a test lesson to see if they're ready. But normally about 5 years old is a good time to start. Well, any time, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, they're all good times to start, but we do take them generally as young as 5.
What benefits do kids get from taking martial arts?
There's really a lot to gain from taking martial arts. If a kid is bullied or has problems at school, it can really help them. They gain confidence. In the physical aspect, it's balance, coordination, timing, reflexes, physical strength, and flexibility. All these attributes are developed in martial arts. Plus the mental aspect of confidence is really a great thing for kids.
Does the subject of bullying come up in martial arts training?
As a matter of fact, with regard to bullying, we've even had Pete the Bull come down, the mascot for bowling, and talk to the kids about bullying. But the discipline and training of martial arts really helps kids handle the problem of bullying. Oftentimes, one incident is all it takes. If someone tries to bully one of the students, they might have to defend themselves once, and then the bullying stops. But oftentimes, the confidence actually prevents the bullying from even happening.
Where did Kung Fu originate from?
Kung Fu originates from China. Actually, the word Kung Fu was coined by the railroad workers in the United States in the 1850s. Kung Fu literally means time and work. It's also known as modern-day Wushu. It's known as Guoshu. It's known as Chuanfa. These are all names for the Chinese martial arts. And from China, it spread to Korea and Japan and Okinawa. And those are the main countries that have Oriental martial arts.
Mr. Morrow, what do you enjoy most about teaching martial arts?
What I enjoy most about teaching is really the long-term rewards and benefits. And by that I mean I may teach someone in a few days or a few weeks or a few months. There may not be as much of a result as years. For example, I've had some kids start at age 5, 6, and 7 and go up and get their green belt, their brown belt, their black belt. And then I've had the pleasure to attend their high school graduation, their wedding, and even teach their children. So the rewards in teaching martial arts are very long-term, but very enjoyable. With all the benefits of martial arts, getting stronger, more flexible, the confidence, everything you gain, what's not to like in taking martial arts?
Thank you guys for watching. I hope this video has given you a little more insight about what Kung Fu is really about. It's my favorite sport, and I love it. I'm Evan Ershan with this Education Dedication Report.
Great job, Evan. Up next, we are exploring what's happening. We'll check out a new app that brings your local library to you. And still to come, heroin, meth, prescription pills. They're all a popular form of drug used by many teens. We'll talk with recovering addicts as well as experts about the dangers of drug abuse. Stay with us. Rule Your Game is coming right back.
QCJumps.com. Bounce houses in bunches of shapes and sizes from 10 by 12 to 15 by 15. An 18-foot slide, a 30-foot obstacle course, or just go for the beast. QCJumps.com. Whether it's a birthday party, a neighborhood block party, a family reunion, a church fundraiser, or a school carnival, QCJumps.com is your source for family fun. Call 563-940-7154. Quality entertainment at an affordable price, delivered right to your door. Well, your backyard anyway. QCJumps.com.
A concussion is a brain injury. Any athlete whose injury is not managed properly and returns to play before the brain has had time to heal is at great risk of further, more serious injury. The Genesis Concussion Management Program provides evaluation and management of anyone at risk for concussion. We offer pre- and post-injury testing and more confidence that the correct return to play or classroom decisions are made. Protect your athlete by calling us today to schedule your baseline testing.
Warriors. Call them out and play, yay!
Welcome back to Rule Your Game, the only show featuring local students doing great things. Rule Your Game is sponsored by QC Family Focus magazine, produced by Mickle Communications and aired exclusively on the Quad Cities CW. Have you seen the latest offerings at your local library? There are so many new developments at Davenport Public Library, it has us asking, what's happening?
How do you say, yes, I'm doing very good?
Oui, ça va très bien.
People are used to being able to use their phones to look up lots of different things now and be able to find everything they're looking for when they're on the go. So we wanted to bring that kind of convenience to the library. We wanted to make it as easy as possible for people to find if we have the materials they're looking for, to find out what our hours are, and to do all kinds of other things. For example, using some of our databases for learning languages, downloading ebooks and audiobooks. We just want to make it as easy and convenient as possible for our patrons.
Up next, it's a serious topic that needs to be talked about. We're talking with experts about the dangers of drug abuse. Scary stories from recovering addicts who began their use of alcohol and drugs when they were in high school. Rule Your Game is coming right back.
QCJumps.com. Bounce houses in bunches of shapes and sizes from 10 by 12 to 15 by 15. An 18-foot slide, a 30-foot obstacle course, or just go for the beast. QCJumps.com. Whether it's a birthday party, a neighborhood block party, a family reunion, a church fundraiser, or a school carnival, QCJumps.com is your source for family fun. Call 563-940-7154. Quality entertainment at an affordable price, delivered right to your door. Well, your backyard anyway. QCJumps.com.
A concussion is a brain injury. Any athlete whose injury is not managed properly and returns to play before the brain has had time to heal is at great risk of further, more serious injury. The Genesis Concussion Management Program provides evaluation and management of anyone at risk for concussion. We offer pre- and post-injury testing and more confidence that the correct return to play or classroom decisions are made. Protect your athlete by calling us today to schedule your baseline testing.
Warriors. Call them out and play, yay!
Welcome back to Rule Your Game. I'm your host, Allie Gallagher from Bettendorf High School. While many students are doing well in classes, sports, and other extracurricular activities, some are traveling down a dangerous path. We take a look at drug abuse with advice from a member of the Metropolitan Enforcement Group, a police officer who is battling the drug issue from the front lines. We also hear from those who are recovering from the addiction.
I would say very prevalent. We've seen a significant increase in the heroin use right here in the Quad Cities over the last 24 to 36 months.
What originally brought me here was heroin use. I was using heroin for about probably 4 years. From that I was using painkillers and stuff like that from a surgery, and from there it escalated. And before I came in here, I was in Phoenix, and it was getting pretty bad. I was overdosing, in and out of the hospital, being resuscitated, and so on and so forth. So that's the main reason.
With heroin use, it really cuts across social, economic, gender, race. It doesn't really target one specific group. What we do notice are people that become addicted to usually the pain pills, narcotics, and the opiates, eventually find their way to the heroin because it's cheaper, it's easier to get, and it's so pure now that they don't have to use a needle necessarily as a route into the body. They can snort it to ingest it, so they feel safer. Makes them feel like they're not so-called junkie because they're not using needles initially. Many do end up using needles. But the purity level that's coming out of Mexico and South America is high enough concentrate of heroin in it that they can just go ahead and sniff it or snort it.
I don't have any respect for anyone around them or what they do or what might happen to someone else or anything like that. They'll do whatever they need to do to get what they want or satisfy what they need to, and don't really care what they have to do to get there. So.
Hopefully, these stories will prevent other teens from traveling down this path. We'll be wrapping up Rule Your Game after this break.
QCJumps.com. Bounce houses in bunches of shapes and sizes from 10 by 12 to 15 by 15. An 18-foot slide, a 30-foot obstacle course, or just go for the beast. QCJumps.com. Whether it's a birthday party, a neighborhood block party, a family reunion, a church fundraiser, or a school carnival, QCJumps.com is your source for family fun. Call 563-940-7154. Quality entertainment at an affordable price, delivered right to your door. Well, your backyard anyway. QCJumps.com.
A concussion is a brain injury. Any athlete whose injury is not managed properly and returns to play before the brain has had time to heal is at great risk of further, more serious injury. The Genesis Concussion Management Program provides evaluation and management of anyone at risk for concussion. We offer pre- and post-injury testing and more confidence that the correct return to play or classroom decisions are made. Protect your athlete by calling us today to schedule your baseline testing.
They are targeting our friends.
They are targeting us.
They don't care how old we are. They don't care about our families. They are selling us for money. They are forcing us into slavery.
They are human traffickers.
They are stealing children in the heartland.
They must be stopped.
As perverse as it sounds, and as much as it makes my skin crawl, there's a market for anyone, anything, any type when it comes to predators.
These girls are enslaved. They are, for all intents and purposes, no longer free to do anything except what the trafficker tells them to do.
Forced into prostitution?
Yeah.
A man would go in and he would buy the sex that he wanted. He was given a certain color poker chip.
Primary goal is to sell another human being, control another human being for the purpose of selling them as sex slaves and for profit.
I had pictures taken of me and posted without any clothes on.
Up to 75% of law enforcement nationwide does not regard human trafficking as a serious problem or a problem that even exists in their jurisdiction.
They took my pants off and beat me with a belt until I couldn't sit.
This is an industry that's in every city, every county.
One young lady turned in 72 poker chips in a 24-hour period.
And I would have never guessed that it would be in Iowa. If I was not in the position I'm in now, I wouldn't believe that it existed.
The traffickers get to operate almost uninhibited because they know we're not looking for it.
It's not a big city problem. It's not happening in someone else's country. It's happening small town Iowa.
They are targeting our friends.
They are targeting us.
They don't care how old we are. They don't care about our families. They are selling us for money. They are forcing us into slavery.
They are human traffickers.
They are stealing children in the heartland.
They must be stopped.
This episode of Rule Your Game is sponsored by QC Family Focus, produced by Mickle Communications, and a big thanks to the Quad Cities CW for being our broadcast home. I'm your host, Allie Gallagher from Bettendorf High School. As we wrap up this episode, we'll show you one last look at the Pleasant Valley basketball team sporting special shoelaces. You'll notice they are all the same color, and that color is significant. They are all the color of prostate cancer awareness. The team purchased them to show support for Coach Steve Hillman as he continues his road to recovery after being diagnosed with prostate cancer. We wish Coach Hillman our best as he battles the disease. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, whatever your game is, rule it.
Hi, I'm Bob Burbanks, and welcome to Weekend Today.
We're going to find out on today's show why those 10-minute oil change stations may, in fact, be giving your wallet the lube job.
QCJumps.com. Bounce houses in bunches of shapes and sizes from 10 by 12 to 15 by 15. An 18-foot slide, a 30-foot obstacle course, or just go for the beast. QCJumps.com. Whether it's a birthday party, a neighborhood block party, a family reunion, a church fundraiser, or a school carnival, QCJumps.com is your source for family fun. Call 563-940-7154. Quality entertainment at an affordable price, delivered right to your door. Well, your backyard anyway. QCJumps.com.
A concussion is a brain injury. Any athlete whose injury is not managed properly and returns to play before the brain has had time to heal is at great risk of further, more serious injury. The Genesis Concussion Management Program provides evaluation and management of anyone at risk for concussion. We offer pre- and post-injury testing and more confidence that the correct return to play or classroom decisions are made. Protect your athlete by calling us today to schedule your baseline testing.
They are targeting our friends.
They are targeting us.
They don't care how old we are. They don't care about our families. They are selling us for money. They are forcing us into slavery.
They are human traffickers.
They are stealing children in the heartland.
They must be stopped.